Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Bantamweight division, sponsored by Lincoln Ridge. And now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a beach wrestler. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and officially weighed in at 136 pounds. And he comes in tonight with a record of 2 wins and no losses. Damas y caballeros, presentando al luchador de San Juan, Puerto Rico, Carlos, el de la batuta, Moreno. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. Official weight, 135.6 pounds. And he comes in tonight with a record of 6 wins and 3 losses. And he's fighting out of Newport News, Virginia, Myo, the floor General McKinney. And your referee in charge is Sean Spath.
Sean Spath, third man inside for this bantamweight bout between the undefeated El de la Batuta, Carlos Moreno, and the floor general, Myo Mckinney. Height on one side, beach wrestling on the other. Round number 1 underway. Moreno leaping in with that right overhand, McKinney avoiding.
Moreno looking to close the distance right away. McKinney working the outside of the cage, moving laterally.
For McKinney, I feel, David, that the strikes up the middle, the knees, the uppercuts is of the utmost importance here.
I mean, what we just saw, that up kick, expect to see a lot of teeps to keep Moreno at range.
What is the best path for Moreno to negate this disadvantage he has and get in on Myo Mckinney?
Do what he's doing now. Keep moving laterally, moving in and out. Look to feint shots as he works his way in. Land some big punch combinations, and work to his wrestling.
Beautiful teep moments ago by Myo Mckinney. Such length at this division that he has. 2 minutes left in round number 1. Moreno, big right hand from the Puerto Rican.
Great job getting to the shot by Moreno. Gonna dump McKinney, land right in the half guard, and now this is where we can expect Moreno to go to work. This is where he wants to be, Ben.
Lot of strength from Carlos Moreno in this position. A deep background in beach wrestling at the highest level, world championship level beach wrestler. Halfway through round number 1, the question is, can McKinney either build back or throw up some problems off of his back, Dave?
Well, I mean, so far that's a win. He was able to establish guard here from the half guard position. Now let's see where he looks to work. I mean, if he wants to hang on or looks to create space, get his hips out, and get back to his feet where we know he can be successful.
Myo Mckinney locking down that right arm of Moreno. Keeping the guard closed at the moment. Final minute. Moreno rips his right arm out, now trying to stack a little bit.
Moreno's looking to tripod up there for a little bit. However, McKinney was able to, get him back down in the full guard. McKinney looking to work out on his left side and get his hips out, possibly to create space to push his heels off of the hips of Moreno to possibly get back to his feet.
And this is where the length of Myo Mckinney almost works against him, right?
It works against him because it's harder to get there, but once he gets there, it works for him because he can create more space and work. As we see, he's able to push Moreno off, get back to his feet. However, a lot of that round was burnt up in the grappling department by Moreno as he works back into that single leg off of the big right hand.
Crucial takedown at the end of round number 1. Carlos Moreno finishing this first frame on top and in control, but Myo Mckinney displaying what the game plan is. Shots to the body and shots up the middle, David.
Yeah, not able to work a lot there as Moreno was just relentless in his approach to the wrestling and the grappling. We saw shades of what McKinney was looking to do, but I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive and not just kind of sit back and look to wade in the wind as Moreno comes forward.
For those that maybe aren't aware, break down the science of keeping the feet up on the hips as we look at the replays from round number 1.
I think it's more myth over anything. I don't really know particularly that science, but I do know the science of a double leg, and that's what we just saw from Moreno as he powered in with that big right hand, drove his opponent across the cage, and once he got on top, it was nothing but control, attempted to land some ground and pound. However, McKinney did a great job framing and defending. Once he saw that moment and the opportunity to push his heels on his opponent's hips, he did so, got back to his feet. That's a win in and of itself, Ben.
I feel like usually they have to wipe down the fighter after they pour water on them, but unsure as Myo Mckinney gets doused with a bottle ahead of round number 2.
Let's see what the judges think about that one, Ben.
Southpaw for Myo, steps in with the jab. Moreno, stupidly quick right hand.
Quick overhand right by Moreno. Unable to land it, but it definitely gives McKinney something to think about.
Knees from Myo Mckinney. Going to create a very treacherous path in for Carlos Moreno.
You know, you hear in the corner of McKinney saying that he's giving Moreno too much respect. It's not that he's not doing anything, but when he's countering, he's not making he's not making Moreno pay. He's moving out of the way. He's fading. He's looking cool, but we got to be cool. We got to tag our opponent up, get our hands on him.
Myo, nice feints here, putting Moreno on the back foot. Moreno on the bike around now, finding his way back to the center. Such caution from both sides, I feel, David.
Yeah, Moreno looking to get into that single leg, which I was going to say, get back to his wrestling. Probably didn't want to rush it. However, what he did was make McKinney come to him. And once McKinney came to him, he just snatched that leg right up. Now he has cage control here with McKinney's back against the cage. McKinney seems to be a little bit gun shy because I think it's the speed of Moreno going in and out, launching those leg attacks. Even when he doesn't get them, I think McKinney's just having heart palpitations at the opportunity that Moreno is creating there.
Moreno trying to collect that right ankle of Myo Mckinney. Such great grappling intuition from him with that background. Carlos Moreno, a true standout of the Puerto Rican representatives that we have here at APFC.
Indeed, doing a great job. Locking up the leg here of McKinney. Looking to build. I think Moreno's going to end up on the back of McKinney as he builds up here. McKinney able to stay out front, keep Moreno out front. He needs to solidify an overhook, or Moreno with that great beach wrestling prowess, he's just going to slam him right back down.
I'm impressed by Myo Mckinney's ability to build back up, but Carlos Moreno, just a frequent flyer. He's making Myo Mckinney.
McKinney has done a great job of getting back up to his feet, but it's like once he gets there, Moreno is just like a constrictor, and he's body locking him, dumping him back down, getting back into the leg attacks here, making McKinney work. Not quite tall enough for that knee. I think, a few more inches and that would have been devastating.
It was a height requirement that Carlos Moreno unfortunately didn't pass. Couldn't ride that ride, Carlos. 15 seconds left in round number 2. Myo Mckinney glued to the cage here.
And I kind of think if I put myself in Moreno's position, I think he's really just doing a great job of making McKinney work. We're seeing McKinney, we're like, oh, he's getting back up to his feet, But I really think Moreno is just kind of making McKinney work up, and then once he gets back up, taking him right back down, and that's just draining the tank of McKinney.
Third and final round here between two experienced amateur bantamweights, Carlos Moreno and Myo Mckinney. For Moreno, you were booked for a title fight against Israel Vargas. That didn't happen. Now you have an opportunity against a real standout of this territory, Myo Mckinney. What is added to this fight for Moreno?
He just wants to have a dominant performance because he has to make a claim now for another title fight. He's a devastating fighter. He's undefeated. Right now he's very much in control of this one. And if things keep trending in that direction for him, we could possibly see title implications for him in his future.
And for Myo Mckinney in his 10th amateur mixed martial arts bout, a lot of experience he brings into this. What a win it would be for Carlos Moreno. But you can't count out the floor general. Third and final round between Myo Mckinney and El De La Batuta. Carlos Moreno. Sean Spath making sure that there's no liquid on the canvas. Round 3 underway.
Right now, McKinney needs to get this fight going the pace that he wants. Nice Superman punch there.
Moreno briefly stumbles, finds his way back to the canvas. Kicks from McKinney early in the 3rd frame, exactly what he needs.
Needs to mix it up with the hands, keep Moreno at bay, keep him at distance. And we just need volume and McKinney moving forward. You know, I spoke earlier to his corner saying that McKinney's giving Moreno too much respect as he does there. The second he lets off, Moreno darts in behind that big power shot, gets right to the grappling sequence.
That overhand from Moreno came all the way from San Juan, David.
It did, and I don't think it was meant to land as much as it was to just disguise him closing that distance and getting right here to this clinch. Right now he has both underhooks here. He's going to look to dump McKinney and go to work here. He has 2 more minutes left to work and just control McKinney here.
Looks like there is a brief or small laceration on Carlos Moreno's eyebrow as he tries to look for an arm triangle here on Myo Mckinney. Myo Mckinney trying to break the grip, but the strength that wrestlers have in these submission positions, David, is really something to behold.
Moreno doing a great job, just keeping hip pressure, constricting up top with the hands when he needs to. I think at this point, McKinney is starting to feel like he has no other option but to hang on.
A couple shots from Moreno to the midsection as he inches closer and closer to cutting off Myo Mckinney.
Moreno now in mount position here. Let's see where he looks to go. Perhaps now, if you're Moreno, you're having a dominating, controlling performance, but you know, let's do some damage. Let's look to build up, land some ground and pound. Let's make a statement, make a claim to those title implications that we want in our future.
50 seconds left on the clock. Moreno trying to posture up here. Myo Mckinney trying to slip out, but Moreno retains the position. And this is exactly where you do not want to be against a talented, decorated wrestler like Moreno.
Most definitely, this is not comfortable. You know, it looks like McKinney's just laying there. However, it's all because of the hip pressure there of Moreno. Looking to maybe isolate that left arm of McKinney.
Moreno shifts off the side control. 15 seconds to go. Myo Mckinney should have taken some risks maybe in this spot to get back to the feet.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to in the last 5 seconds as Moreno lands a big shot.
Big explosion from the Puerto Rican. Seems like there might have been some sort of clash of heads or something that is bloodying up Carlos Moreno, but in all likelihood, the undefeated record will stay intact and he will notch the biggest win of his young amateur career. Couple replays here brought to you by Lincoln Ridge. Carlos Moreno, Myo Mckinney. End of round number 3. Myo tries to build back. Seemingly like a big left hand from Moreno connected, but maybe Myo's balance was just gone at that point, David.
I think it was a little bit of both. I don't think the shot was as powerful as it looked optically. However, it was definitely cinematic from here. At this point of the
cut
cage,
on Carlos
that is a
Moreno.
big gash. Not quite sure where it come from. You spoke to a possible head collision.
Myo Mckinney returning to APFC after venturing out, collecting some regional scene hardware, but unsure if the Floor General's efforts have been enough here. That being said, some interesting judging already at APFC 19, so you just never know, right?
You never know what fight the judge is watching, what they're looking for. We've been shocked and surprised up to this point. I would like to go out on a limb and say this was all Moreno.
Sean Spath getting the fighters in the center here. Looks like we are ready for the official decision, so let's send it back inside to the voice of APFC, handsome Michael Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. And all 3 judges scored the fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, bringing the win back to San Juan, Puerto Rico, Carlos El de la Batuta Moreno!
Biggest moment of Carlos Moreno's career, El de la Batuta, the man who carries the baton, remains unbeaten and takes out his most